can see yourselves, right?
Yeah.
We're live! What? Coffee with Traders is back.
Coffee with Traders is back.
And here we are. We can see ourselves. Hey guys, this is live. No
This
recording.
is the live stream.
The live stream.
So I want to
That's
make
so
sure
cool.
that whoever's joining us, I mean, hopefully as we get like more messaging out about the live stream, more people will join in later, right? But I just want to make sure that everyone understands we did a season 1 of Coffee with Traders where it was in a podcast format and we recorded it, right? So we talk about topics, it gets recorded, and then kind of a very mildly edited version would go on YouTube, right?
That was a good thing, though. At least we didn't have to sit there and edit forever like the episodes. It was an easy edit for the podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then what was cool is after we did a full season of that, week after week after week, I think we did like 8 or 10 episodes or something.
We did a bit.
Some people kind of reached out to us, a few people in the industry and some viewers, and they were like, "Hey, we would love to see this live because we'd like to know." And also the subject matter, I think, changed a little bit because going live allows us to speak about what's going on in the market right now, right? What we're reacting to, what our challenges have been, and even the people joining us, right? They can even ask us questions, which is kind of what I want to do. I want to experiment this. Can we do like maybe 20 minutes of us talking, right? And then 10 minutes of questions. Because I don't think we should do it more than half an hour, right? Now, if it gets really popular, right, and people want it, we can do an hour-long live stream, and then maybe 45 minutes into it, we'll do a 15-minute question and answer. Because I think a lot of people will benefit from kind of the market information that they're looking for, right?
Sure.
Like especially with what's going on.
Questions from the viewers, right?
Yeah, questions from the viewers,
Yeah.
not from. I mean, we can discuss anything here, like meaning in the markets or. But here's an important thing for me at least, okay? I want to make sure that this is not just about the markets.
Yeah.
I want to make sure it's a mix of what we've gone through during the week in the markets, the challenges, kind of what we're thinking, and also like trader life, right? Like look at you, right? The rogue. He's with a cast, what's this called? Like a leg contraption today, right?
What is that?
What's it called?
A boot.
A boot, sorry, man, a boot. You're in.
It's actually the wimp.
Tell us a little bit about what happened. What happened?
So-
But start with the real, okay?
Yeah.
Not just the injury. Start with how it started. What happened?
So it was really hot over the weekend, right? California, it's pretty nice weather to go to the beach, and I love the beach. I've broken my leg before at the beach, but that was a different story, different time. So I went to the beach, Laguna area, Dana Point area, started walking down. We're like, oh, there's this really cool area where you can just keep going down, climb some rocks up, go see like these cool areas where you can swim additionally, smaller like pools and like kind of like ponds almost, Like, all right, let's go. So we went up to this thing, climb up the rocks, and I'm looking down, and I'm like, okay, I could for sure jump from this rock into the water. Like, this is for sure something I could do. My buddy goes, hey man, I don't think this is gonna work for you. I think you're too tall for this. It's like, nah, bro, don't worry, I'll be fine. I'll stick the landing. Long story short, I jumped, did not stick the landing, screwed up the time of the wave. I was supposed to jump when the wave crashed, and like I got more volume to fall into. I jumped the second before the wave hit. And screwed up my leg. I literally heard the sound
This
go.
is like cliff jumping.
Oh,
Like
did
in
you really hear it?
No.
I heard it underwater.
No way.
Swear to God.
Oh, that's rough.
Thing is, I did not want myself to believe it because I didn't want my foot to be broken.
Yeah.
Because I was
Bro,
having a pretty crazy weekend.
you're lucky.
I had crazy plans for the week, but
Just like when you're in a losing trade and you don't want to believe you're losing,
Yeah,
you don't want
it's
to take
like-
it out.
exactly, yeah.
Bro, that's what life. You see how traders,
Story about
their
that,
life
yeah.
is very reflective of who they are.
Totally.
Absolutely, and because of that reflection, can I tell you the real story now? Because
I wish you were there.
Because now I know the real. After all of this, you
Wait,
can
I'm not
decipher
done,
what the
though.
real story
I'm
is.
not done though. There was
Okay,
more
finish.
things.
By the way,
Oh yeah, finish.
Rivalry between the key and the rogue.
It's not
Still
rivalry.
continuing.
He's jealous of me. That's
No,
all
no,
it is.
okay,
He
because-
sees me as this like
Because the
father
thing
figure.
is that first part of the story, absolute,
Oh
is
my
the
God.
most false thing I've ever heard. Now I'll tell you what really happened.
Wait, let
okay?
me finish the
He was
story.
walking to an ice cream shop because he likes to
Was he
load up
yesterday?
on
Let me ask you a
different,
question. What flavor do you think he would get in an ice cream shop?
probably like pink cherry blossom
Pink
or
cherry
something.
blossom.
He's good, but I like cookies.
Kind of like his coffee, kind of like coffee choices, strawberry matcha.
Yeah,
I'm
something,
not knocking strawberry
Something-
matcha.
Yeah, he is.
I like strawberry matcha.
something very.
I'm not drinking the strawberry
Yeah,
matcha.
What are you drinking?
I'm drinking a vanilla latte.
See, that's
Yeah,
I mean, come on.
but he was
Same
on his
thing.
way to an ice cream shop to get this light feminine flavor.
Yeah.
Okay, nothing wrong with
That
that. But
seems like
but
you're,
he's,
like-
he's very flamboyant, which is why he would do
Here
this.
we go.
And then, as he was walking, he likes to skip when he walks. So he was skipping, and then there was a little 4-inch curve, and he went and slipped while he was skipping, and then he got a little boo boo.
But you
and
know
that's why he
why
got
I
the boo.
know this is not accurate?
have
Because
to
he
show the
showed
video.
me a video
we saw the
evidence.
video, yeah.
We saw video evidence
video
of you
And
on it. But let me tell you
He's
something.
jealous.
Lie doesn't make sense for us.
Wait, where's your phone? You have a video? Can you push the video up? Because we can probably put it next to the screen so we can actually see your video of you jumping and hurting yourself.
Yeah,
Why
and
don't
also
we-
that
that
was
would
a
be
very
fun.
Why don't we
bad
make a
jump,
reel of
by
it?
the way.
Huh?
yeah, I think
It's a horrible jump.
I don't want to.
I was
I don't
like,
want myself.
If you want to prove to the audience that he's not
We can make a
lying.
reel of it because I also
Yeah,
go
make
into
a
a boat
reel,
ride
make a reel.
afterwards.
Oh,
Make a
okay.
reel, make a
Okay,
reel.
we'll make a
It
reel.
was a very
Because-
unathletic jump.
No,
We should
but
make a boom
that's
ride.
not it. It's
Like
like
this,
this.
turning it so you can see it hurting yourself.
That
At
wasn't even
first I thought-
you tripped. You tripped, bro.
No, I hopped into it, but my legs. I
At
couldn't
first,
hold
when
them
you
all the way up.
called,
I'm just doing a quick
I
check.
thought it was like a Hawaii kind of cliff jump,
It wasn't that tall.
but it's not.
It wasn't that
It's
tall,
bad
but-
news. I would not have jumped from there. That's not.
That was like a.
Well, you guys would have been fine. It's because I'm 6'3", so like
You're not
the
6'3",
height.
bro.
Not 6'3". First of all.
There you go.
The second lie.
You're
shows up.
5'11", bro.
Is the sound working?
Oh yeah.
The Bulgarian.
Yes,
the mad
I
Bulgarian.
actually tested the sound earlier and it was very loud. So I try to lower a little bit, just a little bit.
Okay.
So we'll have to see how this is after
Okay.
we're done with this live stream, and then we can make adjustments.
Yeah.
But not bad for the first one.
Yeah.
Next week we're gonna do Facebook too. So we're gonna
You
have,
mean at the
so we're
same
gonna be
time?
streaming. Yeah, we're gonna be streaming on YouTube and on Facebook, so you guys can join us, join a conversation with the Candlestick Men, and have a good time. You know? Yeah.
Okay. So here's the thing, right? Because this is live, I don't want to talk about every topic that doesn't make that doesn't help. Like we want to add value to
Yeah.
people as
Always.
well, right?
Sure.
And there's a lot of fun stuff that we talk about.
Yeah.
I'm just going to give you nudges on kind of the things that I think we should talk about what happened during the week or the last couple of weeks, because Coffee with Traders has not been on for about a month and a half, right? We haven't done
It's
it
been
yet.
longer than that.
It's been longer than that.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
So then I think people would like to know kind of like, what's been going on. I think in today's episode, I would like to focus on a couple of things. One, what's going on in the Middle East, how it's affecting the markets and your lives, right? Like a lot of people are watching how it's affecting that. And I think maybe they can learn a little bit on how to navigate what's going on, right? And I mean, we've been in some interesting trades based off of what's going on in the Middle East, right? You guys have done really well on some trades. We want to talk about that. But we're also, one of my big things, as I educate traders over the years or clients and things like that, right? For me, it's always good to talk about the ugly as well, right?
Yeah.
Like your losses. Because nobody talks about that, right? And I think in this Coffee with Traders, I want people to know that even professional traders go through losing streaks, go through some horrible mistakes that they make, and how do they fix them? How do they feel when they went through all that, right? And that's where each perspective is important. Now, obviously, we're not going to go with each one, but we can talk about some things, right? And the other thing is the mix of our personal lives, how these things affect us, right? Like, I mean, after we are done trading oil, or we're trading an energy stock, or we're trading natural gas or something, right? What do? We have our own lives to live. We're still affected by all this, right? So that'll be a fun way to understand that. So here's an open question. What were your best trades during this crisis time or before it started? I already know kind of yours, right? Because I had one of them in that as well. But talk to us a little bit.
One of my best trades was my first trade on oil. Actually, my second trade. When it gapped up to 70 and then went back to 60. No, it gapped up to like, what did it gap up to? Like 65? The
You're
first
the one
gap
who did the trade. So go ahead.
it gapped up to like 70 and then it went back a little bit to like 67, 66.
Oh, that's early oil.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I got in on that half gap fill. And like I got in with like 30 contracts, 40 contracts. And I sold it at a new high for like a couple grand. So that was like my big first win
Okay.
on like.
So this is nice. So what's nice? So you're talking about oil contracts, right?
Yeah.
Direct oil contracts, right?
Yeah.
And then you're talking about an early time when oil was, I don't even know if people remember this, okay? Oil was at $65 about a month and a half ago, right? Can you believe that, right? So you're talking about that early trade, which we analyzed inside, right?
Yeah.
And we thought about it, then we had that gap, so that's really good. So but you've been in and out of oil a few times though, right?
Yeah, a few times.
Okay.
There was another one.
Okay, what's
Actually,
the
there
other
was
one?
another one that.
Which one did you like? I mean, I know you've done quite a few, but this one was a really good one. What's the other one that you liked a lot?
My second one, I also caught another one from 74 all the way to 86.
Wow.
86. Made a couple grand on that as well, but a big mistake was if I held it a little longer, the next day it went up to 120. So
So that was the Sunday night big gap.
yeah, so on Sunday night it gapped up like $40,
Okay.
and I could have made a lot more.
I
But it is what it is.
It is
you
what
know?
it is. That's actually a good thing to talk about, right? Because a lot of people, they get out, and their fear is before they get out, oh, am I going to get out and it's going to keep going? Or sometimes they get out, right? And then this happens,
Yeah.
where it goes up significantly after they get out, and it affects them. Sometimes it affects them for like a week or weeks, right? Some individuals. And I think I want to talk about that a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And here's an important thing I want everyone to understand, because that's a really good point, because I remember that trade because I was in oil as well. And I remember Sunday evening. So when the market opened up, it gapped up and it went to almost 120, right?
Yeah.
And then since then, I think the market's been a little manipulated artificially, right? And that's why it hasn't had that big runs yet. But yet is the operative word there. But here's the important thing. First, if you're in a trade and then you decide to get out of it because you're in a good enough profit, it's a personal decision, guys. It's a personal decision. It's okay you took it out, and if it goes up again, because there is a scenario where it would have come back down and taken all your money. So here's something that I want to make sure that people understand, right? Profits are there to be taken when it's a good chunk, okay? And here's the reason I'm saying that. Because if you don't take it, the market will take it from you.
True.
So remember that
Yeah.
markets can take your profits away if you don't have a system on how to take profits, okay? Now here's another reason, and I want hopefully people resonate with this. Some people don't take profits, even if it's a significant amount of profit, is because they don't have the confidence that they can go and find another trade.
Yeah, that's a big one.
That's a big one, right?
Yeah.
Like, think about silver. Silver's gone up significantly, and there's still people who just don't want to take profit, even if they've doubled their account or tripled their account, right? Because they have these dreams of grandeur, right?
Yeah.
Thinking it's going to go to $500 an ounce. That's not what the market is about.
Yeah.
The market is designed for you, if you have a mathematically primed trade, and you're fortunate enough because of your research and your math, you've made a lot of money, guys, take that money and then wait for a reset or a pullback or have a system, learn it from us, reach out to us, have a system where you can get back in even if it goes up after you got out, right?
You can also ask us a question right here on the live stream. So if
Yeah.
you have any questions about a trade or something like that, we can definitely try to talk to you about it.
Yeah, like in a general way, we'll give you ways to navigate this. Yeah, go on. So,
See, that actually happened to me this week,
okay, say.
where I was holding Pola.
Now, you have to say what it is. Pola is Pola.
Correct.
It's a stock.
Correct.
Okay, so tell us
So I
about
was holding that stock for about a week or so, and my entry was pretty good, but it just wasn't moving. So I wasn't down, it just wasn't moving. So the opportunity cost was pretty high. So I was like, you know what? Let me rotate my money into something else. I rotated my money into something else, came down, and Pola went up 40%. So that was just like, wow, like I've been holding this for a week and a half, and it hasn't moved. But the second I got out of it, 2 days later, it goes up. Like,
I love it. I
And that's
love
crazy.
that story because that happens to many people. So help us a little bit,
Mhm.
help the audience. How did you resolve that in your mind and in your day-to-day routine when that happened? So here's the thing, right? You were in Pola,
Mhm.
Pola,
PO.
which is I think an alternative energy kind of company, right? Okay. Then it didn't move for about a week. Then you got out because of opportunity cost. Good decision. You went into something else. That drops. This goes up 40%.
Yeah.
How did you resolve that?
So for me, I think over the past year now, I kind of got used to knowing where to put my money. I kind of had that feel. So if you have 200 grand, 500 grand, you need to be able to say, I want to put some here, here, here. If it's not working, move it here. But you can't have your money everywhere. So at a certain point, you're going to have to move some money around, and that's going to be like the risk you're going to willing to take, that when you get out, it's going to go up. So for me, I said, at the end of the day, it's a probability game. So this one has a higher probability to move. I'd rather move my money there. If it ends up going, it is what it is.
Nice.
But
nice.
I'm putting something where, based off our research and our analysis, that this could move more. So for me, that was fine.
Here's the important point. There's 2 points there you said. I don't care how small your account is or how big your account is, okay? Like, this is important. You could have a $10,000 account or you could have $1 million account. There's always going to come a time where you don't have enough money to buy everything you want to buy. That's a reality. Let it set in. It's okay. It's okay. Don't feel like, oh man, I wish I had done this. I wish I had done this. Or maybe I should borrow money. No. It's okay. Because someone who has more money than you in their account is going through the same thing. If they're telling you they're not going through that, they're just lying to you. Okay? It's just life. Now, what I like about the second part that you said was conviction. And you know how I say that, right? I said, know what you own. If you did your research, you've gone through the technical analysis, and if you want to learn more about that, reach out to us. And then we have a series, Candlestick Men, right? We go through Learn with the Traders. You can watch us there. Go through Bully Night Moment, where I talk about the bigger picture in the markets. But if you want more information, you can always reach out to us. But here's the thing. If you have the conviction, because you've done your fundamental analysis, you've done your technical analysis, you understand your math, you have a tribe that you're working with, now you know what you own.
Yeah.
So it's okay if it doesn't move right away. You hold it. And you saw that happen with Anna, right?
Mm-hmm.
We held it, ANNA, and it went against us. We held it, but then it went up big after that because we knew what we owned.
Yeah.
Okay, so I love it. Thank you for bringing that up. Anyone else? Okay, I know you had a big trade. Share that with us.
I mean, that was obviously, so that was ticker BATL, Italian oil company. That was like, I mean, in the short time that, or I don't want to say short time, but medium term time that, I've been professionally trading, that's been my best trade, like, of all time.
Nice.
And that it's a equity, it's a stock. And that I had found at the very beginning inklings of the Iran conflict, right? And this was
Even before any bombs, planes,
before
anything.
Exactly, before any bombs, any planes. It was just a few words here and there. Oh, the U.S. might do something with Iran, or around that. And the stock was sitting at around, at the time that I had found it, it was sitting around $2. But when I had looked at its price history, weirdly enough, there was a week where it had gone to 8 out of nowhere, and
You mean that was way before?
that was way before. Like
Okay.
it was not even anything regarding news.
Okay.
And so I was like, okay, this is interesting. It's gone to 8 with 0 fundamental drivers out of nowhere in 1 week. And so from there, I was like, okay, I think this thing can go because it's been to 22. If an oil crisis happens, which I think it may, then this thing could blast off. And I mean, that's exactly what it did.
So you got in at what price?
There was multiple times like through our system.
What was your earliest in?
My earliest in was at around $2.40.
Nice.
What's it at now?
Well, now it's back up. Okay,
Yeah.
so
Well, the question is, what did it do after you got in?
yeah, so after I got in from 240, it went to 5, came back down to around 4, and then from 4 it went to 11.
What?
From 11 came back down a little bit, couple bucks, and then went to $33.
No way.
Yeah, man, good job.
Good job.
That's
amazing.
I want to tell you something, right? So this is the funniest thing.
Yeah.
He comes into the office, right? And we're getting ready to do. I hope we're not going too far on time, but we're getting ready to do Learn with the Traders.
Yeah.
Right. And we've done our research.
I think I remember this.
You remember?
I
They
kind
made
of
fun of
remember
me.
this.
They
So
made
he
fun of
came into the
Yeah.
office and he goes,
Because you gave him the heads up.
Yeah.
he goes,
yeah.
Hey man.
He was so happy about
I
it.
like this.
Yeah.
I like this. And I'm like, what is this?
Yeah.
He goes, look at this, right? And I'm like, okay. And then I was like, let me look at it, right? Now, here's what I want people to understand. If you've been trading a long time, and we've been trading longer than the younger guys, right? He showed me a chart. At first, I was like, But then I walked over to their, the different seats that they have. We were talking. And then I said, let me see that again. And then I saw it in my eye. In my mind's eye, it reminded me of something else that had moved big years back,
What was
right?
it?
A few. I've seen crude oil go, I've seen gold go, I've seen a couple of the stocks, go
Yeah.
big in that pattern, right? And I was like, oh, I like this because it had come down. Then there was that big engulfing candle, but it's a penny stock, right? Because anything less than $5 is considered a penny stock. So I was like, I want to find out something. And then we're going to give you a little bit that's going to really help you. We looked at the float and we're like, oh, I like the float. Now, here's the thing. He got in at 250. I got in a little bit later, I think, right? Now I'm going to tell you something, guys. They had it. It was one of the best trades of this year, okay? BATL. It goes to $35. Now, I get out at around 8 something. I don't remember the exact number. But then I get back in after I saw how strong it was around 9 or 8.5, 9. The next day and the day after, it goes to $20, $30, guys.
Amazing.
That's like 1,000% return.
Oh, bro, it doesn't matter. But the
Yeah.
beauty, here's what's beautiful
beautiful
about this,
trade,
right? It's the fact, and this is why I call this creating money.
Yeah.
Right? In your brain, you had chemicals go off, and then you put that together and you were like, oh, I like this, right? And all you have to do, and this is what I want everyone to know, trust yourselves when you have your math. Because after that, you just had to hit the buy order. There's a lot of people who can have all this happen, and they'll have trading analysis paralysis, but they have the fear of buying. Now, not only is it buying, remember when I called you, right? You were buying it, and then I said to you, buy a lot.
Yeah.
Buy a lot! Okay?
But here's the other thing. For our audience, watch Learn with the Traders, watch the Bullion Night Moment, because in those two specific shorts, these guys covered BATL before it went to $33. These guys covered ANA before it went up. So a lot of these trades that are making a nice profit are discussed in Learn with the Traders and the Bullion Night Moment before it happens. So I think that's something important to note for those who are watching. Definitely subscribe to the channel and follow us. We have Learn with the Traders that are released every Wednesday. We have the Bullion Night Moment that's released every Monday. And if you're in for some conspiracy good stuff, then come watch me on Follow the Money on Fridays.
Perfect. Yeah, I love that you said that. Because the channel is Candlestick Men. And then we have these really cool segments. Bully Night Moment on Mondays, Learn with Traders on Wednesdays, and then Follow the Money with the Mad Bulgarian on Fridays. And now we have the live stream of Coffee with Traders, where we'll go over what's going on in the world and questions and things like that, and the behind the scenes life of traders and our challenges. Now, here's another thing. It's
Really
not
quick,
just
every Wednesday, 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
there you go
For the
and
podcast.
you're the guy who's behind the scenes getting everything done for us. But I want everyone to know this. It's not just about profitable trades. Okay, we've had losing trades, quite a few of them as well. We've had challenges from October till January. You know, in some of the markets, we've had great euphoric moments with silver going berserk, right? Gold going crazy. But we'll cover all that. We can't do all that today. But I want you to know it's not just about the wins. It's also about the losses, right? Like right now, we're in some losing trades that we're navigating because this is such a news cycle related market. And there's a lot of like news out there that's not correct, right? Now, one thing before we finish, because I think we're coming up on almost 25 minutes or so. I just want to mention about this Middle East situation, okay? And I know everyone's concerned. I know there's a speech today by the president at night. Then there's some tweet about the Iranian president saying something, all this nonsense going on, right? Here's what I want people to really understand about this. Forget the headlines. Look at the actual events that's happening on the ground, okay?
Mhm.
Now, here are a few things I want to mention. It doesn't matter if the war stops 5 minutes from now. Like, let's say we get a message and the war's over, the damage is done, people. Okay, the Strait of Hormuz has been pretty much closed for a majority of ships for more than a month. 20 million barrels of oil per day go through the Strait of Hormuz, right? We don't have that. So when the IEA released 400 million barrels 2 weeks ago, I don't know if people know this, that's 20 days worth of oil that goes through the Strait of Hormuz. So it doesn't matter, okay? Natural gas, I know that area. I've been in that area. I'm from that region, right? I'm going to tell you something. In that region, Qatar is one of the biggest producers of natural gas, liquefied natural gas, okay? And one of the things I'll say to you is they're completely shut down. Completely shut down. They have announced force majeure contracts, force majeure on their contract, which pretty much says because of unavoidable circumstances, because we're getting bombed and all our facilities are destroyed, we can't supply liquefied natural gas to Europe. So this is why the trade's bigger than oil. That's why in the Bullion Night Movement, in the Learn with Traders, we're covering things bigger than just oil. It's natural gas, it's helium, it's agricultural producers, fertilizers, right? Fertilizer producers, food producers. Look at Southeast Asia. Philippines is in a 4-day week, right?
4-day work week, right?
4-day work week. Sorry, 4-day work week, right? I want to be accurate. You're right. They have energy crisis upon energy crisis. Thailand is rationing energy, right? Singapore, which is a very highly productive, strong, massive economic country, is worried about their reserves, okay? This is bigger than just oil. That's what I want everyone to
And
know.
one other thing too, for those of you who are U.S. audience, in Europe, I'm from Bulgaria, clearly the Mad Bulgarian, and this, like in Bulgaria, for example, because gas is expensive, and now it's even more expensive, a lot of the cars there get retrofitted with a natural gas tank, so the engine can run off of natural gas. So when gasoline's too expensive, people then can go fill up natural gas and still drive their car. CNG, right? Kind of like the buses out here in California. They run on natural gas. So now with this happening in Qatar with the natural gas, on top of this already problematic situation with the gasoline, I mean, you're talking about, I mean, a complete disaster for a lot of people, a lot of working people.
Yeah, look at Slovenia.
Yeah.
One of the first European Union countries that doesn't have gas.
Yeah.
Gasoline.
Yeah.
And then they have queues and this is European Union, right?
Yeah,
So what I'm saying is, hey, we're not fear mongering. We're not saying anything because we're traders. We're letting people know. don't trade the news, okay? Trade the actual things behind the veil. And this is way bigger than just a news headline where they're trying to manipulate price here or there. Whoever they are, whether it's from our country or whether it's from outside the country, right? It doesn't matter. But what I'm saying is that's their deal, right? Like I was reading something that said, you can't control everybody, right? You just have to control your circumstances.
Yeah.
So if you're getting affected, find ways how to make money while you're going through this. The other thing that I want to mention is if oil prices keep going higher and higher and higher, there's going to be a recession. So find out how do you protect yourself when you have a recession. Don't be in stocks that have gone up, for the last 4-5 years, like the Mag 7, and they're taking a big hit. Be careful. This is all I'm saying. Remember, we're not giving financial advice here, right? What we're doing is we're going over our own challenges and how it is that we're navigating these markets while all these things are unfolding. Okay?
Yes. None of this
last-
podcast is considered financial advice. So this is just for
do your
entertainment
own research.
purposes,
Reach out to us
purposes.
if you have any questions.
Yes.
Anything else, guys, you want to say before we wrap up?
I don't think so.
I do want to say one thing.
Yeah.
I grew up in Bulgaria when it was communist country, and we had gas shortages all the time. We had toilet paper shortages, bread shortages, food shortages, everything. So I grew up with it. But I do remember quite often waiting in these massive gas lines to get gasoline with my dad. I'm talking about like things you can't even imagine, like hundreds and hundreds of cars lining up. And then I remember there was one time where we waited for like hours. And then when we finally got to the gas pump, they were out of gas. And we couldn't, we got enough just to get home. I mean, and that's a reality that a lot of Europeans are going to be facing because they don't have access to the same gasoline that we have access to here in the States. That's another thing that you guys need to remember. So hopefully this gets resolved soon.
I feel like on a good note, somewhat good note, is when this stuff happens and oil prices are going up and then you go to fill up your car with gas, you sit there, you're like, hey, at least I made some money on this trade, so sometimes it's like that. So
That's what I'm saying. Don't be depressed.
yeah.
Don't be doom and gloom.
Yeah.
There's a lot that you can take advantage of in any crisis or any non-crisis if you are an action-oriented person, right? And you're not frozen and you're just giving up. So that's all what we're trying to say here, that you don't want to take advantage of people or anything like that, but there are situations that will come up and you have to know how to pivot and how to navigate. I love what the Rogue said. If you're pumping gas and you're smiling because you made money from oil or an energy stock, fine. Who cares if you're paying $7 a gallon?
Yeah, it's
right?
true.
Yeah.
That's kind of what he's saying.
Compensating factor.
We'll take advantage of the situation, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But at the
Personal
same
technologies.
time, what the message is, be compassionate.
Yeah.
To people who are going through difficulty.
Yeah.
Right?
People that are getting bombed right now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
I mean-
understand the challenges and the difficulties that people who don't have a lot of money or who don't know this. This is why it's important, guys. Like even if it's not from the show, even if you meet people who your friends, your relatives, older people, teach them how to trade.
Yeah.
Teach
For
them
sure.
how they can take their own destiny into their hands, right? So that they don't have to be controlled by society. That's one of the biggest freedoms that you get from learning how to create money.
You got to teach Nana how to stack chips, man.
Also, another way to think of when you're filling up gas, it's like losing a trade. You're losing money, which is fine. You're just losing money, and then you take an oil trade, and then you make money on that,
Yeah,
and then
that's an
you
interesting
pay
way
for
to
the
look at
gas.
it. Yeah, I mean, I get it, but either way, I think today's episode, I love this live stream
It's great.
format
Yeah, I do too.
because there's a lot of stuff we talk about. We'll see how the timing, we went over a little bit today, but it's nice because it's relevant, right? It's
Yeah.
happening this week, and I think a lot of people can benefit from relevant information rather than recorded information, right?
Yeah.
So let's figure this out, and really appreciate you putting this together.
Yeah, and
Thanks,
apologies to the audience if there's any technical issues for our very first live stream. I don't foresee anything, but In case there are, that's okay. We'll get it resolved in the next few episodes. So
Okay.
no worries.
All right. Thank you for joining us. And guys, thank you. Really appreciate you.
Yes, and tune in next Wednesday, 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and make sure you subscribe to Candlestick Men. And watch all our videos. We have season 1 that's complete. Our season finale for season 1 was incredible with all of our guys here. So we'd love
Yes,
to
sir.
we'd love to see you again.
All right.
Thanks,
Thank
guys.
you.
1 second. And stream. And